basically you can go onto Amazon and I think Tefal. I saved it, so I want to, because I really wanted to get another one just in case. No, I didn't want to get a new one. I wanted to find one that if people like it, then I can share it with you. So let me find the one that I was looking for while we've got a little bit of time. I think it's Tefal. Mirror scales. They just look so clean. Maybe it's not Tefal. Great, thank you. Sure. I definitely saved it. Wait. Ooh. Starting to smell nice. Okay, so I'm still working on it. I'm not a big enough streamer nor influencer. Don't like that word. To even gain any monetary benefit from these links right now. Like, I'm not even applying for it. But I'm just putting a link here, and it shows the starter kit that I would recommend and a lot of the things that I use. Or the things that I would recommend for sure. So you can see it's called Escali, which is a beautiful glass scale. And I'm not sure if they have like a mirror one exactly, but these are the closest things that I could find. But I reckon glass. I guess like if you search for like mirror food scales, there should be one that comes up, but I generally couldn't find the exact one anymore on Lakeland. Maybe they just discontinued it because I got this. I think I got it 5 years ago. And that's the thing, like all the things that I buy have lasted me for mostly more than a decade. And that's the type of things that I want to buy. I don't want to buy things that just fall apart. Like I've got things. I'm not sure if it's this one. Yeah, so I've got it's just like a nice thing that you can coat scones with and different pastries. But then the thing is loose. And it's like, well, I can't use that. Like the glue has literally just come out. So now I'm transitioning and gonna get like a nice silicone one. But I like old school stuff. I don't like the new things. I don't know, a bit old fashioned like that. But I obviously can't use this. The hoarder side of me, I'm not a hoarder, but like a little part of me is like, I bought it, it's so brand new. Maybe I can fix it. I don't know. Okay, so we have, how long do we have left for these? Got another 12 minutes, so not too long. They're browning nicely on top. One day, one of my dreams is actually to get a Wi-Fi oven camera that goes inside the oven and then put that on the bottom of the screen. Like that would be amazing. But I think only a few cookers in the world actually offer that. And I don't think you can get cameras that you can set up to go inside the oven at such hot temperatures. But it would be really cool. Let's start the truffles. So we need to blitz Biscoff biscuits, 110 grams. outside. So I've got my little hand blender. At one point I had this wild idea to start a collection of Victorian and early 20th century cooking gadgets. Oh my gosh. You are on my wavelength by saying that. Like, I love that. I honestly, I really want to go to some what is it, antique stores, and like instantly I thought like antique stores many years ago were just expensive old furniture and things like that, but you can get some really affordable things. Like I got a beautiful, it says antique, but I don't know when it was like made or anything, but I got it for £3.50. It was nothing, and it's one of my favorite things that I've ever bought. And yeah, it's nice to be able to use something that has been loved and pre-loved, and just kept in such good condition. So I really want to go there and see what types of like cooking gadgets I can get when I get a job and I can afford it. And maybe this will be my job. I'm really hoping that this will open up doors and eventually just be like something that where I can stay at home with my family and eventually have my own family and work from home and still be able to make a living. That would be a dream. What's this? Hello, Hanan. Thank you so much for the host. I'm gonna write your name down actually, because I always do appreciate, and I've got the viewers and donations appreciation day tomorrow. So where's my pen gone? Here. And I do show my appreciation. So that's on tomorrow's stream. Han. 29. Cool. That's wholesome. Thank you. I don't know, like I think gratitude got me through a lot of struggles, and I just want to continue doing the gratitude for people showing their kindness of even just hosting. It can really help my stream, as well as just like sharing the love with you guys, and it's like a shout out to you for being so generous with your donations or raids or hosts. Yeah, how's the baking going? It's going good. We've got some Biscoff blondies in the oven at the moment. Actually, another 8 minutes and then they're going to come out. Then I'm going to place them, well, they'll cool for a little bit in its tin. Then they're going in the fridge to cool down properly, and I'm going to slice into them. Yum. Thank you. But right now we're going to make some Biscoff truffles, which I'm really excited about because I've never made truffles before, but I've always wanted to. So this is going to be fun. So we need 110 grams. Yummy. Okay, I need to plug this in. I'm going to turn off my mic so you don't get to hear all the noise. So I just started my own Pinterest baking page. Mixture becomes shock to the room temperature around you, so it's really good to check towards the end, and then it doesn't do much harm. Thank you for the follows on Pinterest. I've just got a couple notifications, which is really sweet of you. Okay, let's see if we've got the cream cheese. We've got enough. Almost. You know, sometimes when I realize that I don't have enough ingredients for something, that's where like I create a lot of my recipes. So I mix things. So for instance here, we only have 40 grams of the cream cheese. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add 10 grams of ricotta. Let's see. Maybe we've just made a really nice truffle. By all means, it's not a big difference, but still 10 grams is pretty significant. Can I get into this? Always happens, isn't it? Let me get a sharper knife. Ooh, the ricotta looks so lovely. Look at that. So I'm just going to add 10 grams. Try not to use some of the moisture of it though. So yeah, I can see the graininess for sure. Okay, that was too much. There we go, that'll be fine. I think it'd be a nice flavour. Yeah, I agree. Me too. Cool. I mean, like, we need to try new things, and sometimes maybe the recipe as it is going to be perfect, but with what we have, like, we can try an alternative. There's so many alternatives to so many ingredients. Okay. What's it asking us to do now? Okay, chop the 50 grams of white chocolate into chunks. Well, we've got our chocolate chips. Then add this to the bowl of crumbs along with the 50 grams of cream cheese and 20 grams of Lotus Biscoff spread. Okay, so let's pop the cream cheese in. Grams of biscoff. I've got our spread here. I'm going to restart the weighing scales. We need 20 grams. Is that enough? It's way too much. Is that really? It's not a lot at all, is it? 20 grams. No. Okay, let's do this again. 0, 12, 14, 19, 20. There we go. Let's pop that in there. Okay. So we've got all of our... I'm sorry, I don't have the exclamation point sorted just yet, but we've been running for 1 hour and 37 minutes so far. I love to get creative when it comes to cooking. I love to see what you cook. I bet you cook some lovely stuff. Okay, so we've got our Lotus Biscoff biscuits, we've got cream cheese, we've got white chocolate chips, and then we've got the Biscoff spread. Now what do they want us to do with it? Mix everything together until it forms a thick paste. Okay. We'll go for our wooden spoon. Because otherwise Is that it? Is that literally just like, that's truffles? Oh, I'm forgetting about the blondies, you know, aren't I? Let me take them out. See, they're a little bit wobbly in the middle still, and they did say that that's what they wanted, but let's listen to them. Let's not do it too much because we don't want it to be too cakey. So I'm going to let them, because they're going to continue to cook anyway because the tray is still so warm. And the outside is very much done. They're not burning. But I know with a lot of brownies that they do need to be a little bit, a little bit wobbly in the middle so that they have the moist and the gooiness. So let's listen, and then they'll be able to cool in the fridge as well. But they need to cool for 2 hours. So we're going to be around for a little while. Maybe we can try a new, maybe we can bake the biscuits ready for tomorrow. That could be fun. So we have the blondies cooling just there for a little while, and then I'm going to pop them in the fridge. But for now, let's continue with this one. What else does it say? Once the truffles have been setting for an hour. So yeah, we definitely have time to do something else. Melt 150 grams of white chocolate in the microwave safe bowl. Okay, we'll get there. I like to find a good base recipe that I can change up with different flavors. Wow. Like cheesecake and ice cream and cookies, different mix-ins can yield so many different kinds. I agree, and I really do want to try different things. So if you have any ideas, I'm always open to it. That'll be so much fun. Because of the resting, etc. Exactly, yeah. Okay, let's spread this. It's amazing, isn't it? Truffles just with cream cheese. Is that all what it is? Just cream cheese? You're just eating raw cream cheese? No, surely not. And we just have patience to wait for the mixture to come together. It's amazing, just 4 ingredients for Lotus truffles. But I can see how it's all blending together nicely. Now scrape the spoon. Sometimes that's where all the binding ingredients are. All the wet ingredients per se. Together so nicely. I think I'm going to get my hands in there. Give my hands a good wash before I do. Okay. Oh, it feels really good. See how it's all coming together nicely? And we can mold these into nice little truffle balls. Wow. Now I was a little bit worried that these weren't going to mold together. Wow. This will be interesting. I hope that they taste nice. To have a little nibble. They do taste really good actually. Yeah, of course. Biscoff and cream cheese? How did I not know about these earlier? Do you have somewhere where we can send you recipe suggestions? I don't. Maybe you can send me a whisper. So there's a messaging system on Twitch called Whispering, or even just popping it into the chat. I should have enabled links for other people to share, and I'd be happy to check them out for sure. Or we can celebrate each other's birthdays and share each other's like cooking recipes or cooking creations that we've made, and share photos and stuff like that. So that would be really cool. I'm looking forward to TwitchCon. Like I'd love to be able to. I've never been to America, honestly, so that would be exciting alone as well. Okay, I'm gonna pop these. So these are gonna cool for an hour in the fridge. She has been on Great British Bake Off for many years. Not anymore, unfortunately, but she has this incredible book that I think I was gifted when I was 18. I might be wrong, but I believe so. And on my first stream, I baked from this book, and we used these cupcakes. But we're gonna use now, if they're in order of how much you need, or they're in alphabetical order, it gets so confusing because as you're going through a recipe, it's like, okay, I've used this one, oh, I've got to go all the way to the bottom of the list, oh, I've used that one, but then have I forgotten something? It's so much easier seeing the ingredients in order of use. Okay. And I love these cookies, and I'll do these cookies again in the future, from start to finish, all in one stream. But I love them because it makes the kitchen smell like Christmas. And I don't know about you, but I love Christmas. I know it can be a stressful time and also a lonely time sometimes for people. It comes with the smells that remind you of warmth and gatherings and people coming together and family and just people that you love. And I don't know why, but cinnamon nutmeg has that impact on me. And also mulled wine, when you can smell mulled wine. And I really want to go into around England and pick some berries with my mum and go and get some blackberries from the forest and make different types of mulled wine. Oh, that would be so much fun. Same? You think the same, Mark? Awesome. Okay. Now this butter is melted a little. So we need 100 grams. Usually with biscuits you need cold butter. And this is room temperature, so let's have our fingers crossed. But yeah, chilling the dough will still have a good effect. Ooh. Oh, don't reset. Almost 100 grams. There we go. And sugar, so the traditional caster sugar. How much do we need? Some 12 grams. A little bit more. There we go. Beat together until light and fluffy. Sure. My mum always made bread baskets for Christmas. She'd do mini loaves of white and banana bread, then fill the rest of the basket with fudge, assorted chocolates, and other homemade candies. Oh my goodness. Your mum sounds amazing. Like, I've always dreamt of getting like nice little traditional woven baskets with like the little handle, and just arriving to a house with like freshly baked muffins. Like, I don't know, the traditional side of, or even just the old school, it's just so nice, and the homely feel of arriving with home baked things. Yeah, it's just lovely, and the fact that your mum did that for Christmas is so beautiful, because it's such a busy time for so many people. But for home bakers, it's like you're in your element. Like, I'm gonna feed everyone. Like, if you're hungry, I'm feeding you. Cold butter makes flaky crust, if I remember correctly from last stream. Yeah, so for pastries especially, it makes the flakiness. I know for this, because I'm just very laid back when it comes to baking. So for the biscuits that I've made, if I just chill the dough, you get practically the same type of biscuit, at least with this recipe. I miss it a lot because she stopped making them many years ago. That's fair enough, though. We can only do as much as we can handle. But maybe someone else in the family can take over. But yeah, I bet it was wonderful. I bet she'd love to do it, but sometimes we need to take it easy. Okay. So my hand mixer, I'm gonna put my dough. Oh, did I? Actually, I'm gonna use my cake ones, because I did wash them. I think my mum has the same one, actually. So it'll be handy that we'll have twice as many attachments. Okay, I'm just gonna mute my mic so you don't hear the mixer. There we go. Then it's asking to beat in the egg yolk only. So let's do that. So I'm just going to separate the egg by using the shell itself. There we go. So then the egg white just drips out. You just switch until the egg yolk breaks a little. It's better like when it keeps intact, obviously, but sometimes the egg yolk just breaks. Depends how cold the egg is or how fresh the egg is as well. I'm going to keep that egg yolk to one side in case. Well, I think we do need it to do the brushing on top if we want to, but I don't actually like doing that. Just preference. Okay, so we've got the egg yolk. Sieve in the flour and spices. So how much flour do we need? 200 grams of plain flour. Using a lot of plain flour today. It says to sieve in the plain flour, but sometimes I don't think it's necessary. A lot of your flour is already sifted. So we need 200 grams. See, I love the aesthetic of these jars, but they're an absolute nightmare. So much easier using the bags. little bit more. A little bit less. Okay, here we go. Then we need to put the spices in as well. So we have, in the recipe it says half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So I'm going to do that, but we're not going to use mixed spice. We're going to put nutmeg. Now, the nutmeg I have has little pieces of like the hard nutmeg shell, because a lot of nutmeg is just shaven nutmeg. But when it comes to the little hard pieces, I need to get them out. So I'm going to use a sieve for that for sure. See, this is quite fine. Very similar. So we have a nutmeg. We also have our cinnamon here. Got a bit, sorry, excuse me. A bit of flour on my dress. Okay. So half a teaspoon.